Voila. Voila. Yeah. I'm only coming out to play. Hate in this life. The wrong impression.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. Tip-off goes to Houston. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And stolen by Ariza. Paul gets to Ariza. That one, no good. Great D that time from Green.
When you watch the Warriors play, their offense is a work of art. There's so much player movement and passing, it's impossible to cover. And the shooting they have, it just puts it over the top.
Shot clock at 6. No good from Durant. Paul gets to Ariza. Harden against Thompson. It's Harden with the drive. Tucker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Tucker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And, Steve, the common mistake fans have with the Warriors is thinking they only make threes to score. It's a combination of a lot of things, and I think it just overwhelms defenders.
You know, one thing that comes to mind to me is they pick out the Warriors in mismatches or lose a defender on great screens. They're amazing at that. They force defenders to make a ton of split-second decisions. One mistake, and it's easy for them to score.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
Ariza with it, guarded now by Durant. And some nice passing there by Houston. The Rockets with another miss.
Wow, and this is his range. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside for Curry. And another 3 for Golden State. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. He's able to just carry an offense with his creativity, garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And it goes on Draymond Green.
You know, from a legacy perspective, Chris Paul is just incredible. Career averages of 19 and 10. He just produces at a high level for his team every single season.
Thompson from long range. From beyond the arc, and then some. Thompson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Back to Harden. Capella inside. He's against Green. Paul with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. And for Paul, the numbers back up what many say, which is he is one of the best point guards ever to play. Last year, it was 18 points and 9 assists a game. Visually, Steve, he passes the eye test on the court.
Yes, he does. He has established himself as one of the best all-around point guards to ever play. His ability to create for himself and others and shoot it at a high level. And he's great defensively as well.
Back to Curry. From deep three-point range. Another three for Golden State.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
When it's all said and done, there will be no doubt Curry will be the greatest shooter of all time. Closing in on every record involving three-pointers, he has absolutely changed the way the league views shooting point guards.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Bahamute comes in for P.J. Tucker. Green, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And with Curry in his shooting, really, he has transformed himself, Steve, into a complete offensive juggernaut. There is just no slowing him up.
No, not at all. We know he can shoot the basketball, but now he's able to score at all three levels. He's one of the best at the mid-range, at the rim, and when guys are guarding him, he has a knack to create separation. And on a daily basis, it is just jaw-dropping to watch.
Here's Paul. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Nene. Over in the corner, and Bahamute. The wing jumper off target. Warriors leading by 5. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. There's the dish to Nene. Gordon against Thompson. The second effort. It's rebounded by Houston. And here's Green outside. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has... And the first quarter is in the books. Golden State's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. Green is out there with Luke and Bahamute. Then it's Nene in the 5 spot. Harden's shot is off.
An uncontested look from mid-range. He typically drains that one.
To the paint. Here is Bahamute. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And Bahamute's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Rockets. And Smitty, you were able to play a couple seasons with Steve Kerr when you were both in San Antonio. What was your time together like there? How do you think he's been influenced by his San Antonio time?
Well, it was a great time. He's a great teammate. I think he's been influenced by Popovich's attention to details. Both are very measured to their approach to things, but the one thing you have to really say that you really link those two together, they are funny, funny, funny.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall. I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Houston making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. The Rockets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. There's a screen. The 3. Good on the triple. Thompson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
That's Thompson's game. His shooting form is flawless.
And Bahamute dishes to Ariza. Inside. Harden. And Durant sends it back. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
When Durant gets inside, 9 times out of 10, he's going to score or get fouled.
The first one falls.
The one thing about the way Durant played last season that stood out to me was his defense. Showed that he is more than just a plus defender, showed he's a great defender, was instrumental in what the Warriors were able to do.
Second free throw, no good. And all the things that make Durant so incredible on the offensive end help him on the defensive side as well, Speed. His length and lateral mobility can erase a lot of mistakes.
Well, Kevin, a career high in block shots for him last season, but that doesn't tell the whole story. You don't think of him as a rim protector, but that is what he was. Durant doesn't get enough credit for his impact on that side of the ball.
Warriors leading by 8. Thompson from long range. They get the rebound. They double team Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. Outside Durant. Trying to find Curry. He's got it now. Another shot. And it's Durant. That time on the assist by Curry. And that's 10 points for Kevin Durant.
There's just so many ways Durant can beat you. This time converting on the rebound.
Timeout called, the Rockets. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Harden has a wide open look. Drills the elbow jumper. Harden's got 8 points.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. P.J. Tucker comes in for Mba'amuta. And Paul subbed in for James Harden.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Paul passes to Gordon. Paul, no one around him. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. And every season we have the MVP conversation, Smitty. When you look forward over the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years, who are the guys, the players you think will be regulars in that conversation?
I think the guys, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Some other guys, I think, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. And as long as he plays, Kevin, LeBron James will always be in that conversation. It doesn't look like the end is coming in the next 5 or 10 years.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Back to Capella. Green with the block.
You know, so much of Draymond's rim protection comes from positioning. But this time, he just flat out got it.
For Houston, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for your Rockets,
and the first one at the line is good.
At the line for 2.
And how about the career progression of Trevor Ariza? You know, he came into this league somewhat as an energy player who, you know, obviously could attack the rim. Now he's one of those guys who's primarily a 3-and-D component.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Chris Paul. Curry against Paul. Curry kicks to Bell. Out to Thompson. A 3-ball. And another 3 for Golden State.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Ball outside. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Paul's got 8 points.
The way CP3 knives through the defense and get these mid-range shots is remarkable. Just a genius player.
Basket good.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors bringing the quarter. And the second half about. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Thompson and Durant, the sharpshooters at the 2 and the 3. Bell is out there with Green, and it's Curry in the 1. Rockets trailed by 7. Paul dishes to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
No hesitation from Chris Paul, getting the basketball to the open man quickly.
Golden State's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage.
See, that's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Capella gets to Ariza. Harden right side. Here's Tucker. Off target with his 3. Warriors leading by 7.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
And Durant sends it back from deep three-point range. That one is no good. He is 6 for 11 in the game. Here's Ariza. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Durant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston making some changes. Nene comes in for Clint Capella. And Mbaye comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Golden State also making a change. West is checked in.
And with that miss, shooting only 20% coming out of the break. Ouch.
Paul kicks to Nene. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
And we know how great Curry is at shooting the ball, but he is also an incredible playmaker. Very, very aware of how to draw the defense to him and get an easy layup for a teammate. He's underrated as a passer, mostly because his scoring is so incredible.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for Chris Paul. Steve, when you think about Curry and his playmaking, the assists are easy to count, but the gravity he has on the floor all over the floor creates shots for others by itself.
And if you're on Curry's teams, you have so much attention drawn off of you. When he has the ball, Kevin, defenders have to be aware of Curry at all times. Opens up so much space for the other shooters.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
Harden draws the double. Durant against Green. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
That can happen when the energy gets turned up, the stakes gets raised. Bad miscue.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. And McCaw is subbed in for Curry. Livingston, that's good. Rockets trailed by 5. Harden, no good.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Houston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. They set the pick.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
Livingston passes to West. Young for 3. The shot's good on the assist by West. And the Warriors lead by 7.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
So it's the Warriors now. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 15.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
West kicks to Young. And Pachulia now atop the key. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And the second free throw, good. Gordon. And that one is off. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Here is Harden. Gordon and Ariza are on the wings. Clint Capella is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Harden in the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Checking in for your Rockets, Chris Paul.
Now here's Paul. Off the screen. Offensive rebound. Can't throw down the putback. Warriors leading by 4. To the wing on the left. And Paul over to help. Young outside. 5 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And it won't be easy for the Warriors to keep everyone on their team for the foreseeable future. But as long, Steve, as their core stays together, they'll be a title threat, no doubt. Are we looking at a dynasty here, Smitty?
You know, Kevin, they have a chance. Their core players on this team, they work so well together. They will always be in contention. They will be able to sign vets for cheap for a long time. It could be a while before someone takes them down.
Capella with a screen on Bell. Paul outside. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Here's Livingston. And he lays it straight in. And the Warriors lead by 6.
Creating a size mismatch in close. That's the kind of thing you're working for.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That is his first foul of the game. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Warriors. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. And that'll be his third foul so far. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Gordon for 3. JaVale McGee grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Here's Livingston. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead. Kicks it out to Gordon. Some nice passing there by Houston. Ariza with the bucket.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And Paul over to help. Feeds to McGee. Iguodala kicks to Young. There's a good screen. Dishes it to Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Over Paul. Off the iron that time.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Iguodala kicks to McGee. Here's Livingston. And Capella sends it back. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play. And the Warriors with some changes. Durant's checked in for Pachulia. Klay Thompson comes in for Nick Young. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor. But that does take a lot of discipline.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. The Warriors also with a sub. Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told them that for now, they have to back off at the three-point line. He said, we don't have to just shoot threes. Let's get the ball in tight for some high-percentage looks inside the paint. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Stephen Curry's catch-and-shoot jump shot is one of the quickest in the league.
Ball for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Clint Capella.
We know he's comfortable with shooting the 3 ball, but he's becoming very comfortable inside the paint, drawing fouls, scoring, or getting to the free throw line. Big shots there. They are clearly in control of this game now.
Paul dishes to Tucker. Back to Paul. There's the screen. No one near him. And yep, couple bounces and it falls.
I love seeing Chris Paul come alive on these possessions. He's an exceptional shooter who does not back away in big moments.
Outside Durant. On the wing, Thompson. Traps in the tray. And the Warriors lead by 8.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open. And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
They double team Curry. Durant wide open. He fires. The baseline J off the mark.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Here's Curry with the three. Good work defensively by Paul.
There's some big-time teaching moments tonight. Hopefully, they become a better team for it.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Poor timing on that play causes the turnover.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 8. 6 seconds left in the game. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Sinks the three-pointer.
And with Harden, it's pick your poison. Not only a tenacious penetrator, but also a consistent threat from three-point.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Lets the three fly. Off target. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the